Alright, what is up, guys? It is Adrian here from Losh TV, and time for another interview with a scare actor. Before I get started with today's guest, who is a good friend of mine, so I'm really happy to have him on and happy to have him here. I don't want to say thank you guys for the positive feedback on the last one. It was really fun to talk to Kaden and learn about Stranger Things and everything. If you haven't checked that out, please go do so right now because that was a lot of fun. And a lot of you scare actors came out and messaged me and said they want to be interviewed. Let me know. We can just have fun. I'm not trying to ask anything stupid. You guys know me. I know you. Not all of you, but a lot of you. And you guys are just great. I'm just trying to give you guys the limelight you deserve. So with all that being said, roll the intro. So if you watch my intro, you've already seen my guest today. He's in the intro. My guest is Michael.
What's going on, guys? Thank you, Losh TV, for this opportunity. Thank you, Gordo Flaco. You guys will hear about that later. But this is a great opportunity. I support my people. I support my friends. And I'm here to support Losh TV and get yourself, get up there.
Yes, sir. Well, let's start it like this. Instead of asking these serious questions that I've asked the other guy.
Okay.
What's been your most fun thing to do at Horror Nights, like as a scare actor?
So as a scare actor, I've been a scare actor for 5 years straight. Not sure if I get the opportunity this year due to other things, but I've been doing it for 5 years, and my most memorable role would have to be Chucky Street, hence my shirt, gotta rep my people. That's where I connected with a lot of people. That's where I made a lot of memories. That's where I met you under a whole mask. You guys didn't know who. I'm very big on keeping the persona. If I'm behind a mask, I kind of don't want people to find out who I am.
Yeah.
Last year was my first time without a mask ever in my 5 years. So that Chucky Street, I had a mask on. I was a monkey. I was the yellow monkey, the barrel monkeys, and I made a lot of memories, man. And people slowly started to figure out who I was through Instagram and things like that. But that was my favorite, peeing on people, man. It was the show. It was everything for Halloween Horror Nights that year. It was the best thing ever. I had so much fun until we got shut down because we had so many party poopers go and complain and stuff.
I'll never forget the last 2 weeks you told me and Nico, oh hey, can you go tell him to go turn my water back on? I really gotta pee.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I was doing a lot of stupid stuff, man. A lot of funny stuff, because at the end of the day, you gotta have fun with it, man. You gotta have fun with it. And if you don't love it, then you're gonna get bored and tired really fast. And I just got all into it because I created this character named Bam Bam, which was the yellow monkey, and everybody knew who Bam Bam was. Even though we had doubles, I'm sure the things, we all have cast changes. But actually that year, my twin, my double, had quit 2-3 weeks in the run. And so for the rest of the run, we didn't have a hard cast yellow monkey. So technically I was the only yellow one. So everybody knew who Bam Bam was. And I was just saying some stuff. And when they had to shut down, that was my new thing. I was telling everyone, go, because I knew that, they take those surveys at the end. And I was telling everyone, yo, they haven't let me pee. I got to use the bathroom. Go tell the people in the front to turn it on. I got to use the bathroom. And they're like, I got you. And people were actually doing it.
Yeah. You told us, we went that next morning, we went to guest service and we're like, yo, can you turn the water on for the monkeys? It was the best feature of the whole event, basically. And I miss it. He has to pee. Let him pee.
Yeah, man. I was getting, people were bringing me real bananas. I think you did. Did you bring me a real banana?
I brought you candy. I brought everyone candy.
There was multiple people that brought me actual bananas. Dude, I'm telling you, the memories were endless.
Bro, that year was so much fun. Now, aside from that, what other roles did you have, in the past few years?
So the first year when I started out with Halloween Horror Nights, I was in Insidious. So I was the Red Demon mask. In the tunnel. It was a pitch black tunnel, and I was right there on the corner before going into the room with all the bodies sitting down in a church, I think it was. Then the second year, I believe, was what was it? Remind me. Where were we?
2016. So we had.
So that was Chance. So I was that Tomb of Ancients?
Tomb of the Ancients.
Yeah, so I was in Tomb of the so I was in Tomb of the Agents that year. House I was Anubis at the end where everybody the classic oh it's over and then I pop out the black curtain. That was me that year. The next year was Ash vs Evil Dead. I was Pablo. It was the only Pablo in the house, so
Yeah.
uh, that was me. And then the following year was my first time in the street, so that would be Chucky. And then last year was Vanity Ball.
And if you can, all right, aside from Chucky, if you can pick a moment from any of those that was your favorite, what would you think was your favorite?
Besides Chucky, it has to be last year. There's a big difference between being in a house and in the street, a huge difference. And I didn't understand that for the first 3 years. You know, I was stuck in a house, and everybody kept saying streets are better, and I enjoyed the houses so much, but that's because I never experienced the street. But now that I experienced the street, it would have to be last year because it's just you get to create so many magical moments, so many like memorable moments with guests and a fan base per se to that character. So it's just that much fun. And last year, I'm really big on shows. I don't like running. I'm more into like put me in a show rather than running around. See, like if you get what I mean. So like the monkey thing, I made it into a show. Even though it wasn't a show, I made it into a show. I was on a stage and I had lines and stuff that I was doing. And then last year was literally a show with I was the nurse, the male nurse, bringing my boy Mikey up and taking his eye and doing all this. And we actually had water effects too on the same stage. So I was on the same stage, same platform, same everything.
Yeah.
Just a different role. So it would have to be that.
All right. Well, speaking of last year, since we mentioned it before, what made you break character? Why don't you tell them our story of you breaking character with us?
So I break character. Either people make me laugh because they say some out of pocket stuff, and if I don't know you, I just laugh and walk away. But there were certain people like yourself that had met me the year prior, but never really met me face to face. They either found my Instagram after the run, or you know the word pictures or whatever started getting around, and they found me via social media. And of course, I don't work at Universal all year. So, you know, I never saw these people. So it wasn't until last year that people started coming back. And 2 weeks in, people, you know, the fans that love Halloween Horror Nights, they found out where I was, who I was. And a lot of people were coming up, oh, were you the yellow monkey and blah, 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 blah. And that's how I started interacting. And that's when you guys came. And I remembered you two because there's certain people I always remember because you guys come all the time. And the first time I was like, nah, they must be doing something. And that's when I found out you have YouTube and all that. And the first thing that came in mind, just because I knew you guys were Hispanic, so I was like, yo, Gordo and Flaco, because Flaco's like 6'2", skinny as hell. And then you guys, and then you're short, right? So, but, you know, I'm blessed to meet cool people like you guys.
Nah, for sure. Like, there's a lot of people out there, like Scareactors, that want to be hard-headed and think too big of themselves, not to say that, but you know what I mean? And I feel like people like you, like these down-to-earth Scareactors or just regular people are just freaking great.
Here's something I stand by, and I hurt people's feelings when I say this, and I don't care that I'm hurting your feelings because it's the truth. There's a lot of actors, a lot of performers, should I say, that do not realize that, guys, you're working at a theme park. You see what I'm saying? Like, if that's your dream and that's your goal, by all means, that's you. You know, that's your thing, and you live to it. But if that's not your goal, like, you know what I mean? Like you're not in Hollywood, you're not in movies, things like that. And me, that I'm fully immersed in the industry. I mean, I do this for fun because I love every minute of it.
Yeah.
But it's not what I live for. That's not what pays my bills. I'm in the industry full time. So it's like I do other things that when I meet those people that have those characters, it's like, yo, like bring it down. Like this is just a fun job. Like that's all it is.
For sure. I know you told me earlier you had something that you wanted to show us.
Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of fans and a lot of people know about the patches we get every year. For those that don't know, watching Losh TV right now, if you're a Scareactor, every year that you finish, you get a patch. So it's like a collectible item. So I have the 25th, I have the 26th, every year that I've done Chance. There's the other one, here's the other one, and here's the other one. So you just keep these for memories. A lot of scare actors actually put them on their shirts or their jackets or things like that. And a lot of other people sell them. So I just keep them because those are memories. And then when I was blessed enough there to win Scare Actor of the Year, Performer of the Year, that's one of the highest per se. What they told me is this is one of the highest awards you can get in the event. At the end of the year, you win. Your street may win Street of the Year or House of the Year. And I was blessed enough to be in Street of the Year for Chucky, and I don't know if I did House of the Year. I don't think I remember. No, because that was when I won this. So then, as a performer, there's one person that represents each house. So only one person for all 9 houses, I think it is, or one person per house, and then one person per street, and you get to win a Performer of the Year. So that was when I won in the Ash versus Evil Dead year. So you get this thing right here, and it has your name on it, and has your house, things like that. So it was like a surprise. I didn't see that coming at all. So those are little knickknacks that maybe someone in the future, it motivates them to do this event and work hard for it.
So there might be some people that are watching that aren't scare actors and they want to be scare actors. What kind of tips would you give them?
Look at your schedule. That's the first thing I tell anybody. Look at your schedule. If you cannot put the time in, do not do it. This is something that's going to take a lot of time out of you, because when you go to an audition for this event, they're going to ask you your availability, and obviously the more open you are, the more chances you are to get hard cast. Of course, there's subcategories I will not get into because we'll be here all night, but there's other subcasts that you can get into, like reserves and fire crew. But if you want to be hard casted, you want to be as open as you can, and it does take a lot of time and energy out of you. So if you're hard casted like I was all my 5 years, you by like the first month in, you're working up to Wednesday all the way to Sunday, and you can be clocking in anywhere from 5:30, 4:30 earliest, and you're clocking out at 1:30, 2:30 in the morning. And depending how far you are, you gotta see how far you are to get there on time, and all that walking we have to do. So it does take a lot of time and energy. You can't vacation too much. You can't call out too many times. So it does take a lot of time. Now, if you could do the time thing and it's something you want to do it. I say it's the best experience you'll ever have. Like, it's so much. You're getting paid to scare people. And if you're like me and you're dorky and you have fun like me, man, you create memories with people that you won't ever forget.
I think one of my favorite things last year was probably standing by your doctor's side. I believe it was it Metamor? No, Plasmare, right?
Plasmare was me.
Plasmare. Yeah. So just standing by there and just watching the amount of people you would fake shank, or anything with Mikey. Whenever you would like look for Mikey, that would be the funniest thing.
Mikey, man, shout out to Mikey. Mikey, he was definitely the best coworker I have ever worked with in Halloween Horror Nights. We just created, so between me and him, we have so many memories, so many insiders, so many jokes that we did, things that people never caught on because it was between me and him. Yeah. And we just created this atmosphere, these two characters that always butt heads and go against each other, and things like that. And at the end, we were doing things like where he escaped and things like that from the chair. So Mikey, shout out to Mikey, man. I hope everything's well for you. And yeah, he was one of the best employees, coworkers, actors I've ever interacted with.
He was a lot of fun. Like I remember the first time seeing him, and I didn't see his eye like out, so I was so confused. And he came up to me, and he was like, "Yeah, my name's Mikey, but only with one eye." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then he's like, "Oh, I get it now. I get it. I get it."
Yeah, man, it was definitely, shout out to Mikey, man. He did an amazing job.
Right. So you played Pablo in Ash vs. Evil Dead. You got Performer of the Year for that.
Yes, sir.
Do you have like a most memorable scare, most memorable moment as Pablo?
So Pablo was a very repetitive motion. I just had a little window a little door that I came out and swung out of. But it was really the hallway that I was in. I was the last scare of the house. But that hallway, that last hallway you go, you actually come in and you get faced with we called him the fat suit, but I really don't remember the actual character. But it was this one of my boys. He was in a fat suit and he had long hair. Harrietta, I think it was the character.
I think it is Harrietta. I think
Harrietta,
so. Yeah.
Something like that. So you actually, when you're walking forward, he's already right in front of you. So you have to make that left, and then you make a quick right, and there's someone on your left hand side, which was someone in a muscle morph suit. Like it was a morph suit, but he was all muscle. And then as soon as you make that right, I'm the last scare right there. So it was memorable in that house specifically because of the location, because people were getting hit left and right, and I never stood in the door per se, where sometimes you can see me. I would literally like go all the way backstage and I would run out when I had energy, of course.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were falling left and right. I think the falls were the best memorable moments. But with houses, man, it's just so after being in the streets and it being those 2 roles that I had for the first two times being in the streets, it doesn't compare, man. The houses are very repetitive, very you don't interact with people. Obviously, you see that person for 2 seconds and that's it. So you can't really talk or interact or make a moment. Like in the streets, for example, there's this little girl that walks with a chainsaw, with a little electronic chainsaw. Small girl, she's probably like 6-7 years old, and she loved our street, and she loved Bam Bam the first year, and then she came and saw me the second year and remembered me. And to have those little kids like remember you and things like that, like it's like fun as hell.
That's gotta be amazing. Like, I know getting recognized sometimes at the park as just like a YouTuber is pretty impressive, but the fact that you were not a face character the year before, and then you were a face character and they still recognize you, that's pretty amazing. That's gotta be such an amazing feeling.
It's the research, I guess, because people, like I told you, people were finding my Instagram after Bam Bam, and that's how they found me. So
for sure. All right, before we wrap up, is there anything you want to tell the people? Anything that's going on in the world? Anything about yourself? Like
that I can think of right now? No, I just want to say again, thank you, Losh TV, for this opportunity. If you guys like this video, make sure you give them a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Listen, being in the entertainment field, we all have to support each other, support each other and not look at each other like competition.
Exactly.
Because if we look at each other like competition, we're all holding ourselves back. So do us a favor, do yourself a favor, do them a favor, subscribe, show love, and follow us on Instagram. And yeah, thank you again for the opportunity, man.
Of course, man. Do you want to say any of your socials, or do you want me to just put them down below for you?
You can put them down below, but you can find me. My main Instagram is MICHAEL.G Rosario. You can find me there. Send me DM, whatever. You know, I always respond and show love to my people. So hopefully I see you guys this year as maybe a scare actor, maybe management. You don't know. Let's see what that call says.
Sir. So that was my interview with Michael from both Vanity Ball and Chucky. He's a really good friend of mine, and he's honestly one of the best scare actors you'll ever meet. And 10 out of 10, probably my favorite person to talk to at the event. He made 29 such a memorable year for me. And Nico. I miss Nico a lot, guys. Just letting you guys know that. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what questions you guys want me to ask these scare actors, because why not? We have a giveaway coming up this week, so listen up to the next Horror Nights Unscripted. It should be dropping tomorrow as well. Well, today or tomorrow. I believe it's tomorrow. But with all that being said, please don't forget to wear your mask, guys, and stay excellent, my dudes.